Welcome back. This is part 2 we are going to be working on, and this time around for part 2 I'm going to bring this over here like so, because these bad boys are heavy, and I do mean heavy, and when I lift this up you will see for yourself why it's so heavy. And this is the end result of a day's worth of marinade with the ribs. Don't they just look beautiful? Now what I'm going to do now is, since I have these out, I'm going to basically put these ribs like so. Because I'm going to do this early as I possibly can. So this way, when the third happens, I have less to cook. So we're going to lift these bad boys like so. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to actually do the following, which is put this like so. Just so y'all can see me. And apparently you can see me. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, since I got free time to do this, I don't know how much free time I'm going to do it, but I am going to do this. What I'm going to do is and I always do this with my meat. I always get some foil. So what I usually do is I make a base for any kind of meat. So since I'm using Reynolds wrap, I am definitely going to be using this for the base. I'm just going to slide this right here. And since it's already done, I'm going to put another one on top of this. Since I got two slabs of ribs, so you're actually seeing the whole process as it is, which is me making these ribs work. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm going to cook these two slabs of ribs like so. Since they're already marinated, all I have to do now is just throw them in here like so, and then just cook them. So I'm just gonna wash my hands like this. See, whenever I cook something, I like to, for something like this, I put a lot of effort into it. And when I put a lot of effort into something like this, kill your fly. Love to kill flies. Anyway, when I like to do something like this, I like to put in a lot of effort into this. So since I do have some of this sauce that you see here, well, why not keep using it? So this is the second part of the barbecue bonanza. And I should bring this over a little more so you guys can see what I'm doing. See. So what I'm doing right now is I'm basically using what is left of the meat, or rather the sauce, and whatever that is. Oh, one moment. Hey man. Yeah, the others left not too long ago. I mean, Levi and young man, they left too long ago to see mom. So he's finally stepping up. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so we could just, so I got her clothes, so another thing is I also got her card, her Medicare card, to get before the information. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, do that, man. Do that. I'm doing the same. Alright. Alright, man. Take that. Alright. Sorry about that. I had to take that. My brother, my other brother, the cool one. Anyway, when I was, yes, the cool one. Anyway, what I'm doing here, and what I might do is I might break these, is, as you can see here, I'm using what is left of the sauce that I used to actually make the barbecue. Cause see, the proper thing you need to do for something like this is don't waste it. Don't waste the sauce, because the sauce can still be used. So I got about I think 6 or 7. 6 or 7. So yeah, you know, it's like well, yeah, fine, you know, I can go. No, but it's been a busy weekend on my end. Of course, you know, AX is in town, and this is what I always do every year, which is I get my 4 days. I don't have to go by their 4 days, but as long as I get like at least a count of 3 to about 4 days, then it makes it worth it. But yeah, what I'm doing is, you know, that's what I usually like to do when summer rolls around. I like to really start cooking, and I mean really, really start cooking. So that is what I'm doing right now, which is purposely dipping every bit of the meat in there. And not only that, but getting as much of the sauce in there as I possibly can onto the meat. And then what I'm going to do with that one is I am actually going to cook that one tomorrow. I'm going to actually cook this pack tomorrow and going to do the same thing which I did with the ribs, which is marinate them. So I'm giving it a good full day to marinate instead of just, you know, wash them, you know, wash down and whatnot. I'm just basically trying to make all of it count for something. And as you can see, I'm actually making sure most of the meat gets really juiced in there. So yeah, but at least I got time today to do some recording, because I got all my camera videos up from day 0, well, day -1 to day 1. Like I said, you didn't really miss much on day one. I just showed you how crowded it is and how packed it is. Whereas, you seeing me where I'm going. One of these days I will get myself a drone to where I can fly and record what I'm doing. But not everything that I'm doing. I don't need to see everything that goes on in my life. But you know what I might do? So I might take this camera and for what it's worth, have you guys get a good look at my mom. Because as I mentioned before, if it's not for her, I would not be the person I am today. So as a special for, the second day of what I'm doing with my time, yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll just make a video with my mom, because you guys have never actually seen my mom. And by that time, she will probably be sitting up and whatnot, but that is good though. That's good that somebody, aside from us, is stepping in and, take responsibility and do what they need to do. That's always a beautiful thing. So, if I need to, I will add a bit more, but I don't think I should, because, this is a lot of meat. And I might just want to put like some more seasoning on this meat, more than anything else, because I think I'm gonna need it. But as you can see here, this is a lot of meat. So I'm kind of glad that there is at least one I can use and technically just start barbecuing off it, but I'm gonna do mine slow roasted. It seems to taste better when it's slow roasted than that on an open grill. Because when you have something like that on an open grill and you gotta deal with something like meat, you can't burn meat. It's very easy to burn meat, but don't try to burn the meat. So basically, this is the finished project of what I'm doing here. So what I am going to do is do the same thing which I did last time, which is add a little sauce on top of what I got already. So you're actually seeing the master chef at work here. So, like I said, what we're doing is this. And we're going to pour all of this, or at least most of this, on to the meat. I mean, I already know it's already sort of set up, but Now I'm going to kill just to have a little bit more onto it. And let's see, where is the... Then we're going to put the teriyaki sauce on this, like so. I do it just as nice with my left hand than I do with my right. My left hand is with grace. My right hand is with power. And then on top of that, I should also remember to fire this bad boy up. And, of course, let's adjust our size like so to what I'm going to do with this. Now, I don't know how long it's going to be until they come back. But for me, I'm going to set it up to where it's just going to slow roast. So we're going to put this in here like so. Set this up. I'm going to put it on for 300 degrees because therefore it's slow roast. So yeah, it just slow roasted, so therefore that's what you're going to see. And with here, this is what it looks like with the, let's get the finger there. That's what it looks like with the teriyaki and the barbecue sauce on there. Now we're just going to add a little more to it with the A&W. And mind you, I'm not using a whole lot of A&W, but just the right amount. Because again, this is meat. So you want to get enough of that on there just to neutralize the smell. So I don't use too much, I use enough to neutralize the smell. And the last thing we're going to do. Let's see. I'll do a little something different. And that is, we are going to put some Creole seasoning. It's okay because, you know, you got a fresh can on display. Some black pepper. And some cayenne pepper. And the same rules apply as I'm going to let this marinate for a day. So I'm looking at it right now, it's going to be 150, it's 1 something now. So next thing I'm going to do, and this is going to be a part 3 since I'm going to do hot dogs. And there's a simplicity to doing hot dogs. But I will do that in the next part. But as you can tell, this here is the finished project. Don't that look beautiful? It's going to look even better when I actually do the following, which is let that cook for a day. No, I cook basically the one thing I need to cook, which is the ribs. So I got the ribs out the way. Now is the steak, and next in probably the last video of this cooking session will be, I shouldn't say hot dogs, I meant to say the links, not the Atari links. But just, I'm showing you this because this is how big these links are. And I probably will cook these. I'll probably have them set up for the next part. So with that, I'd like to thank you for joining me in my kitchen. And as I promised to you guys, it's going to be more super dynamic cooking time. And we're going to let that one marinate itself for, say, tomorrow. Because I plan to do that tomorrow when I get back from AX. But yeah, you already see it in action, folks. The barbecue bonanza is happening. And you're probably going to see the finished project when I'm actually done with all the cooking involved in it. So I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi, and the Wonder Chef is back in the house. Take care, guys.